Welcome back to our how-to series on the Climatiq Excel Add-In. In this video, we'll look at how to calculate the carbon emissions from fuel combustion based on your business activity data. The Climatiq fuel formula enables fast and accurate carbon estimations from fuel combustion directly in Excel. Whether you're measuring emissions from natural gas, diesel, coal, or biofuels, the logic is designed to support Scope 1 and Scope 3.3 reporting, including direct combustion, well-to-tank emissions, and biogenic components where applicable. The calculator supports over 140 different fuel types and 19 different unit types, from liters to gigajoules. Our calculations output results that are reliable and have passed a validation audit confirming compliance with the requirements of ISO 14067 and the GHG protocol, with emission factors used from IEA, EPA, DEFRA, UK base, and more. To get started, you can download the demo file from our website and open it onto the Fuel Excel sheet. Suppose we wanted to calculate the carbon impact of burning 1,000 liters of biodiesel in Germany. To check the available fuel types, you can open up the Search Fuel Type sheet in Excel to browse through the fuel options. You can also narrow down the fuel types by filtering by unit, with the options of volume, weight, or energy to shorten the list and find fuel types that match your exact criteria. Let's go back to the fuel sheet. Once the desired fuel type has been entered, for example, the biodiesel Bio 100 option, you can now input the amount of fuel burnt. In this example, we're entering 1,000 for the amount and the unit in liters. For liters, we can put the letter L, but to check out all of our unit types, please click on the link in the video description. The first three fields are compulsory. The next three are optional, but it is always good to input as much detail as possible to ensure granular and accurate results. Next, we would input the region. If the fuel was purchased in Germany, then we would input the country code DE. If you're unsure of the country code for a given region, feel free to browse our countries and their associated country codes in our search region sheet. But please be aware that you can only enter a 2-digit country code here and not other types of sub-regions. Next, we can input the year that the fuel was consumed. For example, we can enter 2024. Lastly, if we want to see only the CO2 equivalent value in our results, with no additional details, we can set Show Details to False. However, if you want highly detailed output results with biogenic and well-to-tank CO2 breakdowns, you can set Show Details to True. Now that we have all of our input data ready, it's time to calculate. We can start by going to the CO2e column, hitting the equal sign on your keyboard, and selecting the Climatiq.calculate fuel formula. Now it's time to select our input data. We select all the input, separating each input with a comma or semicolon, depending on your Excel settings. We can then close off the formula with a bracket and hit Enter on your keyboard. As we can see, we have some results in the output columns. Let's analyze these results. We have the overall CO2 equivalent emissions value. Following this, the emissions from the combustion is displayed. Because we use biodiesel as the fuel type in this example, we have a result for biogenic combustion emissions too. We then have the well-to-tank emissions from the upstream supply chain and the biogenic well-to-tank emissions where applicable. To finish off, the applied emission factors are also displayed. This shares the details of the source and methodology used to make the calculation. Lastly, the notices column will return any irregularities or assumptions made while performing the calculation that could potentially skew the calculation results. For example, if a different region was used than the one specified, or there was no data available for the inputted year, this will be clearly and transparently communicated to you. For quick batch calculations of fuel data in one file, you can simply pull down the calculation across all the rows and you get instant carbon emission calculation results. That's all you need to know about making fuel calculations using Climatiq's Excel add-in. To learn more about the different calculations you can make using Climatiq, please continue to the next video in this Excel how-to series. I'll see you in the next video.